Should I, Marlene,
Yes.
let everyone in or just the committee?
Members of the public, if you have a question or comment about the subjects on the agenda, please raise your hand and wait to be recognized. No, don't worry. I already called the meeting in order, so Marlene, if you can take the roll.
Please keep yourselves muted,
Hello?
please.
Oh,
Keep
okay.
yourselves muted.
It was asking me, they said the host was asking me to speak.
I know, that's because I unmuted you, but keep yourself. Adem Briha,
Present.
Carlos Diaz, Angela Dondell is excused for this meeting. Judith Fabro,
I'm here.
Wanda Hopkins, Jewel Jones, Beverly McFarland is excused for this meeting. Nicholas Reyes, Eugene Rodriguez,
Yeah.
and Loretta So.
Here.
You have quorum.
All right, thank you. All right, with that being said, if I don't see any objections, we will adopt this month's agenda. All right, seeing no objections, then the agenda for this month has been adopted. And if I don't see any objections, regarding the approval of the committee minutes from last month, I will adopt those as well. Seeing no objections, then the committee minutes from last month's meeting are approved and adopted. Next slide. Okay, announcements. Am I going into the open? No, that's later. Okay,
Next one.
next slide. All right, does anyone have any announcements?
Yes, we're close one of this.
But you can.
Okay, so, on behalf of the Metropolitan CAB, we are having our annual legislative luncheon. It's actually called the Edward J. Shaw Legislative Luncheon. Everyone is invited. It will take place at Draper Hall. This is Metropolitan Hospital, Draper Hall, which is across the street from Metropolitan Hospital. It's Thursday, February 22nd, 12 to 2. And there will be legislators there, so it's your opportunity to speak, second session. All are welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, informational update on February 2nd, 2024, Mayor Eric Adams released the final rules for the city's permanent outdoor dining program called Dining Out New York City, offering clear guidance for restaurant owners as they work to create new setups before the program's launch in March. The final rules prioritize equity, expanding access to safe, clean outdoor dining in all 5 boroughs. And then that continues. I think it's all public information and online. As far as what this committee is doing, just so we know, I believe Angel has already drafted some procedures. I believe he put them in the what is it?
It's in the drive.
The drive. So I think we have access to it all. If anyone that has a hard time accessing it, you just let me know and I'll download it and email it to you directly. So just review those. I guess if this is beginning in March, are we gonna be getting applications for this come March?
Not yet,
Not
but you
yet.
have to
Okay.
anticipate that you will get applications.
Okay,
For the permanent outdoor dining program. And so what them is saying is that, him and Angel will review it, and then it'll be put to you all 7 days prior to your meeting. So you can review it, and come to a vote for the proposed rules, at one of your committee meetings. It doesn't have to be March.
Oh, it doesn't have to be.
Sooner than later, yeah.
Okay, so what I'm gonna say is I wanna push for March, just in the event that we do get applications for this beginning in March. If that's the case and we have something to vote on, what I'm gonna do maybe is go a little bit out of order. And we'll vote on that before and this is only if we have applicants. If we don't have any applicants for March, we can put it at the end of the March meeting and do it. But if Marlene tells me on the agenda, there are applicants for March looking to do this, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna vote on our procedures in the beginning of that meeting so that they're in place for when we vote on those applicants. I think, okay, so we'll play that by ear on the timing of that. But I just wanna have that in place before we take any position.
Would you consider doing it April?
Well, I would consider it doing it April on the event that none of the applications presented for March that are time sensitive, because if somebody comes in March applying for this and we don't have procedures, then what,
That's what I'm saying.
right, so what I would like, but I can't control who applies when.
You have a 30, it's like the SLA, you have
Right, they
30 days.
submit a 30-day notice,
Yeah.
they're gonna, our time to comment then is then. So I would consider leaving it to April. I'd ask that we all do our work now, but if Marlene tells me there's nobody on the agenda for March, we can do that in April possibly, all right? But I'll keep you all updated. Is there any other questions? Okay, great, then we'll move on. All right, so we're gonna go into our liquor license portion. Number one is Santa Fe Taqueria Corp. Class change and method of operation application for a full liquor license for a restaurant located at 2248 First Avenue on 116th Street. Is the applicant present?
Yes.
On Zoom,
Yeah,
okay.
my name is, I'm Teddy Gonzalez, I'm the representative, and I have the owner, Carlos Romero, also, he should be on the meeting.
All right, so what I'm gonna ask you to do is just tell us a little bit about the business and tell us what just so everyone can hear, what is the class change and method of operation for, what are you looking to change?
Well, currently, right now, he's open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. He has background music. We're looking to change those hours from Sunday to Wednesday, closing at 12 a.m. Thursdays through Saturdays, closing at 1 a.m.
Okay,
The seating is going to be the same. It's 20 seats, 5 tables. And we're also going for an upgrade from a restaurant wine to an on-premise liquor. And that's what we're looking to do. I'm looking for your support to doing that.
okay, so they have all their documents, as far as I know, there weren't any 311s, right? There any questions, Judith?
Yeah, on Thursday, you're open till 1 a.m. That's a concern because I'm sure people go to work and school on Friday. Could you change that to 12 a.m. instead of that, and Friday and Saturday leave it to 1 a.m.?
That's a question, so yeah.
Yeah. I guess, Carlos, do you have a problem with that, closing at 12 on Thursdays?
Are you asked, oh, okay.
I'm asking.
Oh. 1 second.
I want them to close one turn music down.
She's asking for a closing time of midnight.
Yeah, because it's Thursday,
Yeah,
Friday.
you explained it, we're clear.
Hold on 1 second. He'd like the opportunity to stay open till 1, but if it's not busy, he'll most likely close at 12 or earlier.
Well, I mean,
listen, can you
that
close at 12 on
concern,
Thursday?
busy might be even more concerning to what she just said
You
than
close
if
at
they.
12, okay. All right,
Okay.
oh, stay
All
on the
right.
line, stay on the line.
All right, so Judith,
Yeah,
there was.
so, I just spoke to my client, and yes, she's willing to close at 12, not a problem.
Thank you.
All right, perfect.
All right, so just for the record, and so we're clear, it would be Sunday through Thursday, closing at midnight, and Friday and Saturday, closing at 1 a.m. And remember, they're changing, they right now have a beer and wine license, and this would be going to a full liquor license, okay, just so we're all on the same page.
So when you have your music, is it soundproof?
Well, it's not soundproof, they have background music, and we've had no complaints, and they don't blast the music at all. And they've been open since September of 22. And no
I mean-
complaints, no incidents, no nothing.
There haven't been, and for the record, I mean, I can't speak to, I can only speak to like, I've been there before, and when I was there. There wasn't any loud, I mean, it was earlier in the day, but granted, and I live right across the street, I never see issues with this place, but I mean. I'm not obviously watching things all the time, but I've seen they've operated fine, from what I can tell, just. Any other questions come from the committee? Anyone in the public? That also includes anyone that is on Zoom.
I don't see any hands, I just don't see.
All right, so, the vote will be with what Judith said, so the modification, which was just for Thursday to go to midnight, which they agreed to. Then is there a motion? Eugene?
Make a motion to accept. Santa Fe Taqueria.
You got it, yeah. It's good.
How's that?
All right, so there's a motion to approve by Eugene with the change to close at midnight on Thursday. That has been seconded by Judith. Marlene, if you could take the roll.
Adem Briha,
Yes.
Carlos Diaz.
Yes.
Judith Rivera,
Yeah,
Jill Jones.
Yes.
Eugene Rodriguez.
Yes.
And Loretta So.
yes.
The motion carries.
All right,
Oh,
thank
you
you
have
to
a
the
comment.
applicant.
Yeah, do you need me to send you anything at all, or just, put on the stipulation?
Yeah, they have to redo.
Yeah, redo the stipulation.
Okay.
Just change that hour,
You
to,
got it.
midnight, and then you could email it in, just email it in by Friday.
You got it, not a problem. Thank you very much, Albert. Have a good evening.
You too, thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, we're gonna move to number
You have a
two.
hand raised.
Oh.
Is this his client, Carlos Romero?
Okay, he's recognized. if
Yes,
he wants
Carlos
to-
Romero, yes.
Okay, I'll lower his hand.
Thank you.
So,
All right, with that, we're gonna move to number two, which is MYNY Bakery Cafe LLC. Doing business as Alco renewal application for a wine, beer and cider license for a restaurant at 1565 Lexington Avenue on 100th Street. They're not here, right? They don't have to be, but
they don't have to be, but you could call them to see if they're on Zoom or something.
is the applicant present? Okay, it's a renewal, there are no 311s, they submitted all their documents, so motion to approve by Carlos, seconded by Eugene. Marlene, could you take the roll?
Yeah, okay.
Well, you're gonna ask the question to who? They're not here. Is it a question that I can answer?
Well, it's.
You can ask it for the record.
Yeah, for the record, it says live music, rock bands, acoustic, I mean,
They have no brands.
Well, is that a change from, can you tell me if that's a change from their last application?
I don't have.
We do approve those things. I don't want there to be this stigma in this community that like, we don't approve any kind of live music. If it's done responsibly and in the right capacity,
that's-
there is no ban on that.
Okay.
So, but thank you. So there was a motion by Carlos, seconded by Eugene. Marlene, if you take the roll?
Adem Briha,
Yes.
Carlos Diaz.
Yes.
Judith Rivera,
Yes,
Jill Jones.
Yes.
Eugene Rodriguez
Yes.
and Loretta So.
yes.
The motion
All
carries.
right, thank you. We're gonna move to number three. Mi Patria, New York City, Latin Fusion LLC, doing business as Tapas on Lex. Renewal application for a full liquor license for a restaurant located at 1643 Lexington Avenue on 104th Street. Is the applicant present? Okay, it's a renewal, again, no 311s, they had submitted everything. If there are questions, you're free to ask them for the record, if I can answer them, I will. but-
Yeah, that to Thursday to 1 a.m. I would rather at 12, but still not.
Okay, I hear you, and I'm gonna say this again, when they're renewals, if they already were approved and there were no issues, it's not really worth revisiting. If
Okay.
somebody comes in from the public or there were 311s, that's why we have those mechanisms in place.
Okay,
But we as a committee must have approved this, so
okay.
I don't wanna, thank you.
Second.
All right, Marlon,
Who
you
was the
got it.
second?
Eugene,
Adem Briha,
yes.
I'll get Jules on.
Carlos Diaz, Judith Rivera, Judith,
Yeah,
Jill Jones,
Yes.
Eugene Rodriguez.
Yes.
And Loretta So.
yes.
The motion carries.
All right, thank you. And number four is Museum of the City of New York.
No, we're not close now.
Doing business as the Museum of City of New York, renewal application for a full liquor license at 1225th Avenue on 103rd Street. Is applicant present?
Yes.
All right, thank you for being here. You didn't have to be. For future reference, if they don't be on, we like seeing you, but save your time. But since you're here, do you want to say anything? Floor is yours.
I am upset that he didn't let me know that they serve liquor at the museum.
Well, now you
Old
know.
drunk like me, that's like just terrible. Next time you come.
All right, so now Eugene, you know they serve liquor, so good for you. All right. Again, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion to approve by Eugene, is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Jewel. Nice to have a change, all right. Marlene, if you could take the roll, please.
This is number 4. Adam Briha.
Yes.
Carlos Diaz.
Yes.
Judith Rivera.
Yes,
Joel Jones.
Yes.
Eugene Rodriguez.
Yes.
And Loretta So.
Okay, yes.
The motion carries.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome to stay or not stay. I would leave, but. Thank you. All right, so that sums up the liquor license portion of the meeting. So we're gonna go into street activity permits now, and that is, first one is number 5. Sunshine Carnival Street Festival. It's on March 20th. Setup is 8 AM. Breakdown is, okay, so just so we're clear, it's March 20th, setup at 8 AM. Breakdown is March 29th, 6:30 PM. Location is 109th Street between Second and Third Avenue. It is a full street closure. They did submit all their documents. Is the applicant present?
She's online.
Okay,
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, yeah, so just, briefly tell everybody about your, event, and then we'll just see if there's any questions.
Okay, our event has been taking place for over 30 years. To date, we have never had any problems there. We follow all rules, and it's a good way to bring the community together.
Okay, thank you. Are there questions? Jewel, and then,
yeah,
okay,
both of us.
all right, Judith, go. Whoever wants the floor.
All right, cause they say March 20th, but it's April here.
Well.
That's the wrong date on there.
Okay, so
Oh,
it probably got
that's
mixed up. It's a
the date
typo.
So what is the date on
What
the,
is the
I'm
date
looking at
of
the
the thing?
agenda. What's the date?
April.
April what?
20th, 21, 29, and 30.
Okay,
It's from April 23rd. It's from April 20th to the 30th.
April 20th to the 30th.
Mhm.
Yeah, what's on the papers is right, it's wrong here. It just got, I guess there was a mix-up.
Oh,
No big deal.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, so thank you for catching that. Are there any questions? Does that change anything?
No.
Yeah, okay.
From 8 AM to 6 PM.
You could ask, is the time, what is the, since the event is from the 20th to the 30th, what's the time of the event each day?
Okay, so the March 20th at 8 AM, that will be our setup date. We don't actually open till the 21st.
April.
You mean April, right? I know we're all,
April, yes, and then
Okay.
April 29th is the last day that we actually open, and April 30th is the breakdown day.
right, I guess the question, Carlos, correct me if I'm wrong, is since
No,
this
but
is
we open at noon.
noon, every day of the festival.
Yes,
And what time does it end each day?
8 o'clock.
8, so noon to 8,
So 12 to 8.
okay.
And,
Is there another question?
if they have 6.
Any questions from anyone? Okay, I see a hand in Zoom. Adam, I'll recognize you. Yeah,
Can you hear me?
yeah, we hear you.
Okay, no, I was just curious because you said it was the end of the liquor license agenda. So I'm here for the Comedy in Harlem waiver.
So like the catering, the dining area, and the living room.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. If you're not recognized, mute yourself. Adam, the
Okay,
floor.
so, but you still have me on the agenda tonight.
By the way, I'm like,
Is that what's your question? Is it regarding this?
Comedy in Harlem waiver, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be at the end because you were added last, so you're under.
Okay, I was just curious because you mentioned the end of the liquor licenses.
Till the end of the liquor license
Previous.
swap, or you'd be under
Okay,
like.
no problem, no problem. I'll be
Don't worry
quiet
about
again. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Sorry about
No,
that.
Thank you. All right, got it. All right, so that was not about that, but is there a question from anybody else about the Sunshine Carnival? From the public, No, no hands? Okay, is there a motion then?
Jewel.
Motion to approve this.
All right, there's a motion to approve by Judith, by Jewel, that is seconded by Judith. Marlene, if you're gonna take the roll.
Yeah.
We got it together. I got it.
Adem Briha,
Yes.
Carlos Diaz.
Yes.
Judith Ferraro,
Yes.
Jill Jones.
Yes.
Eugene Rodriguez.
Yes.
And Loretta So.
Yes.
The motion carries.
All right, thank you. Thank you to the applicant. Have a good evening.
You too, everybody have a good night.
Take care.
You too.
All right, we're gonna move to number 6. All right, this is the Cinco de Mayo Fiesta Single Block Festival.
So Adam to lower his hand.
Don't worry, I'm not even paying attention. May 5th. This is correct. I'm double checking it on the document. It is May 5th. Setup is 7 AM. Breakdown is 6:30 PM. Location is East 116th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenue. It is a full street closure. I know they've done this event. I believe the applicant is present, so you can stay there if you wanna come up here. You've done it before, but just so we can, tell us a little bit about the event, and then we'll see if there are any questions from the committee or public.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time, yes, definitely, we are back with another edition of Cinco de Mayo Fest 2024, where we have live band music, live folk dancing, food, and you know, it's been good so far. We don't have any big issues.
Good.
If you have any questions, I'm more than welcome.
All right, first, I'm gonna see questions from the committee, and then I'll recognize.
One of my questions has been, and has always been, the garbage that are on the street. I don't know if you have a group picking it up or you have sanitation. The problem is that once it piles up, it stays there for hours, so it really gets worse
When we say pulse up after the event or during the event?
during the event.
Okay, we, you know, like in the past, we have a cleaning crew. We have four people going around and picking up garbage and bringing the garbage bags to the corner where sanitation picks up the bags either on Third Avenue or Second Avenue. Now, I don't have a time frame when sanitation picks up the garbage bag.
But that seems to be the problem that we're having is that it piles up, and it could be there for 5 hours or 4 hours.
Okay.
And all you get is a lot of garbage on the corner, and there's a major problem with that, because if the garbage is not picked up, then it just piles up, and then when people are coming back and forth from either Third Avenue or Lex, or vice versa.
You know, what I can do, I can speak to sanitation, see if they can send me a mechanical crew. And, you know, swap up the street and at the same time pick up the garbage. I mean, that is the only thing I can do. I mean,
I know,
Well-
but that's a major problem for us in the community.
There's a way.
When it piles up, there's a problem.
and now, okay, that's on my festival, but I think on the other festivals, what do? They have.
They have a crew, they pile it all together, and they put it in an area that's not on the corner, where they're able to tell sanitation to pick it up, not on the corner, but could be, you know, away from the corner, because when you have the police department standing there, you have all the people gathering there, you get all the crowd of people, but then you have all that garbage as well.
But that's exactly what we do. We picked up the bags, we bring them back to the corner, just like you said, that's what we do.
I know, but that's the problem, you leave it in the corner, there's a problem, because it piles up. So if there's a way you can, like you said, maybe reach out to sanitation, to see if they could pick it up a little earlier, or throughout the course of the day, have them come a couple of times.
I mean, how many bags are we talking? Because I know the city's got them now. There are those carting dumpsters or whatever that could be put out.
It's not only the bag, but you have like.
Just litter on the
Yeah,
street then.
litter on the street.
And this happened, because I know we had a meeting even outside of committee, and we were trying to address this, and you noticed this was an issue this past year as well, right? Okay. All right,
You know, okay, I'm gonna try it this year. I'm gonna hire, I guess if you guys, or I don't know, the police will give me the permit to have a dumpster on Third Avenue. But that's a bus stop, right, like America. You can tell me where I can.
I mean, I'm not by no means am I saying I'm an expert. I'm just trying to, I know this isn't the first time I know you brought up, Carlos. I know we've tried to address it. I'm not saying that you have or haven't made an improvement, but clearly some people still think it's an issue. Maybe that's something that you can look into. and, you know, get back to the board. I'm not gonna tell you where to put a dumpster. I have, by no means do I know what the answer to that is. Eugene?
What committee handles sanitation in the neighborhood?
Committee that handles sanitation,
Environment, open space.
do they?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, you do?
I'm getting sanitation perspective.
Really?
Yes.
You go to that committee and raise the issue that when you put out the garbage, it doesn't get picked up in 5 hours.
Because I know,
No, I'm saying, put it on sanitation rather than on you.
Yeah.
okay.
You know what I mean? Go to that committee, see if they can help you get sanitation. picked up.
Yeah,
Okay?
no problem.
Because they said that they cannot.
Oh, I think that's a
They
plan.
cannot come by.
If then you tell them, this is your problem, maybe you should come and pick it up within an hour. I don't think
I
that's.
know I got my people bringing bags to the corner, during the event.
Have you been ever issued any violations during this event? No?
I have another question.
Go ahead, Judith.
Yeah, is this, the same thing when, there was a complaint about after cooking the oil, they would throw in the, where the trees are, the tree banks?
I haven't had any violation, any written violations by anybody, when it's, not that I know of. If you have a copy of that violation, I'll be more than happy.
Yeah, if people look into that, when they throw the oil away,
Yeah,
take it with
they
them,
throw it
or,
in the tree
because they do it around the tree, and they get.
Well, I'm, my question, my food vendors, I make them sign up.
Look at his, the application.
They have to take their.
Oh, you mean like all of the act?
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's $100. So I'm forcing it that way, you know, but I definitely, I'll look into it, definitely.
Appreciate it.
I'll look into that and the garbage, I'll see what I can do. Because we got the other events, and definitely I don't want to have any problems.
Well, all right, I can't tell you that you could be on that agenda, because that's not my committee, but I'll tell him the date of the environment. I mean, he could just come in even, and he doesn't have to be on the agenda, right? So that's going to be, oh, that already happened this month, right? You already had it? But your event is until May, right? So, okay, so you could go to next month's meeting. I believe that's already on first Thursday, right? So, yeah, so Thursday, March 7th, 6:30 PM, you meet here, right?
Yes.
I'd advise that you come to that meeting and see if that committee has any suggestions. And I think if you, and I know you do this in good faith and everything, because you've come to other meetings, so I think you doing that and trying to find a resolution with the committee that's experts in that. Thank you, Eugene, it's a good idea.
Yeah,
I think
I'll
that'd be
say
helpful.
something more later.
All right, yeah, don't worry about it, yeah, it's got about a month from today. All right, are there questions from the committee, any more comments, concerns?
I'll make a motion to.
Oh, I'm gonna hold on, just wanna see, anybody from the public?
You have a hand raised.
All right,
Yeah.
Jackie Martinez, you are recognized. We can't hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you now. The floor is yours.
No, you can hear me now?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, okay. Hi, my name is Jackie Martinez. I'm one of the owners of the most businesses. So we're here in 116th Street. We spoke with Mr. Garcia to work together and try to figure out how to work, with the community. The issues that you posted before about garbages, about, all the vendors. And he's agreed to work with us. Some of the small businesses we spoke with him last time that we have a meeting over here in the restaurant last 2 weeks ago. So he's agreed to work with us. So I hope he keep his work and start working with us to have a nice environment over here on the festivals, everything that happened. Because, this is an issue all the time about garbages, about insecure over here, and blocking our businesses too. So that's my concern. So now that we have Mr. Garcia over there and you guys are witnesses, that we can start working together.
Okay, thank you. And listen, I mean, I'd like to believe that will happen. If you think that it isn't happening or that you're not being corresponded with, you can reach out to the board down the road and express that. Just because something is on the agenda this month and it gets voted on doesn't mean we won't revisit it if there are issues. So, keep us posted, but I hope that happens the way he said it would. All right. Are there any other questions, comments? All right.
Yeah,
Mel?
I just
Okay. No, thank you for that. All right, I don't see any other hands, or, so Carlos, you want to make a motion?
Make motion to approve.
All right, there's a motion to approve by Carlos, Eugene, you're seconding that. All right, Marlene, take the roll.
Odena Brian,
Yes.
Carlos Diaz.
Yes.
Judith Rivera,
Yeah.
Jill Jones.
Yes.
Eugene Rodriguez.
Yeah.
And Loretta So.
Yes.
The motion carries.
All right, thank you. You're free to leave if you like. Thank you.
Take the point.
All right, we are on number 7, El Barrio Family Day Health Fair Festival.
7 and 8 on my team.
Okay. Okay, so we'll do them separately. El Barrio Family Day Health Fair Festival, Single Block Festival, May 12th, 2024. Setup is at 8 AM, breakdown is at 8 PM. Location is on East 116th Street between Second and Third Avenue. It is a full street closure. So Martina, your documents have all been submitted, but could you just tell us a little bit about your event?
Yeah, hi, how you doing? First, I want to thank all of you for always voting for my event. It's gonna be on Mother's Day. So it's El Barrio Family Day for mother and the children, family to be united together. And I think it's from 8 AM to 6 PM. I mean, I finish at 6 PM. I try to open the street before 10 o'clock.
Okay,
Yeah,
earlier is better.
yeah, yes, I don't want it to be dark, I don't.
Okay, great. Are there any questions, comments from the committee? From the public? Okay, I do see a hand. Jose Rodriguez, you're recognized.
Hey, hello, good evening, everyone.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good, thank you.
My name is Jose Rodriguez. I'm from 116 Flowers. We have a small flower shop. It's family owned. We've been there for about 30 years. And for us, this date doesn't work for us. We tried it last year and our business suffered because of the festival. We had a lot of customers that weren't able to come in and, shop with us. So, that being said, I feel that, this date, I already tried it last year. It didn't work. It, drastically affected us in the business. And this is the biggest holiday for us. This is something we look forward to, and it only comes once a year for us.
Do you have any suggestions on the solution?
I mean, you couldn't do it on, it's meaningful to you to have it on this day because it's Mother's Day, right?
Yeah, I do it every year,
Yeah,
same
same
time, same day.
How long have you been operating there?
30 years. This festival, I've probably seen it maybe like, it landed on Mother's Day, maybe like twice. And besides that, I really haven't seen, I'm not really familiar with it too much. I just recently took over, but specifically this festival to me is very like recent. It's very new. The Cinco de Mayo, I've always been familiar with that one. But this one to me is new, and it's landing on the day of Mother's Day, which is our, biggest holiday for us.
You always do it on May 12th, right? That's the date,
Sunday.
right?
I've been there before Cinco de
No,
Mayo.
no, I know. I mean, I recognize,
But what's the problem? You don't have access to your store or they block the entrance?
Yeah, so the street is closed and a lot of customers are not able to get by. It gets crowded. Some people don't want to walk in, walk out, they carrying heavy things. Not only do we have customers walking, but we also have customers from around the neighborhood, outside the neighborhood that come travel to us, maybe by bus, maybe by car. So it makes it harder. And we also work with other companies that require us to have a vehicle and so on. For example, like DoorDash, it makes everything difficult for us, for them to come into the block and, get what they need.
I mean, I don't, the only solution I can see is I don't know, they're really, I don't have a solution, I think it's just gonna come, Jules?
I'm not getting how he's impacted, because the whole point is that there's a lot of street traffic
Yeah.
coming, and
And
that would be a
sidewalks are
good thing,
fine.
and yeah, the sidewalk,
The
I mean,
sidewalks
the whole point is to get people in and around that area, And I hear what you're saying about transportation, it's a Sunday, right, in terms of deliveries on them?
I think, so you sell flowers, right? And so my understand, correct, I think what he was, go ahead. I don't
I'm
wanna
sorry.
speak.
So we did, okay, so we did, like I did witness it last year. We did try last year, and I definitely saw a big change in the business, in the revenue for like that day, in the foot traffic that day. Yes, there's a lot of customers. Yes, there's a lot of people at the festival, but the people that go to the festival, they go with the means for the festival, not like for the flowers. So I feel in a way it, you know, like people won't come in. Like I already tried the last year. Like I said again, I already tried the last year and it didn't work out great for us
What did you
with
try
the
to do?
festival.
No,
No,
he just
we
said
like,
he was open while the festival was happening and business wasn't good.
Was they blocking your entrance?
I mean, it's hard to get in and out.
That's the only reason, but they're not blocking your end,
They don't know.
no, they're not standing in front of your business, is there?
No.
Directly, no.
Okay.
I'll give you a free space for your flower.
There's another hand up there.
Okay, I'm gonna recognize Jackie Martinez.
Jackie?
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. That's the same problem with the other festival that I mentioned before. So they never they never want to work together with us, in the area. Basically, our businesses are affected, and even though that we had to pay rent, taxes, and everything, we've been affected for this kind of festivals. We spoke with Mr. Garcia, so we want to talk to Mrs. Also Martina, so we can work together and do something that is going to be good for us, because we're willing to be a part of the festival, but also it's affecting us, our businesses, as this young guy says before. So it's made Dia de Madres is Mother's Day, so it really affects a lot of the businesses, because the streets are closed. So we want to work together, because they put those barriers for emergency barriers. So basically they block the entrance. So if the people get into the festival, it's very hard to get up from there. So they have to go all around the block to get into our businesses. Basically, people just leave without, visit us. So it's affecting a lot, this kind of events. So we want, as I said before, we want more secure, more cleaning or accessibility for us to get, some businesses from these festivals. So we haven't having chance to speak with Mrs. Martina. The last year we spoke with her, and she said, yeah, about the bathrooms too. And she said that, yes, she want to work with us about bathrooms. And what she did is I have a restaurant, so she placed right next to my door, bathroom, the portable bathrooms. She put it next to my, the door. So it can be like that, because, it's a restaurant, so all the smell and everything was very bad for me. Very affect, a lot for our businesses. That's all. So if you can, have a work with her, we can speak with her, and we can organize better. That can be, better for everybody over here. That's our complaint.
Okay, thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve. However, the bathroom should be put on the corner anyway. Should be put in the middle of the block.
So by that vacant lot.
Exactly.
Can I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
The bathroom was not really in front of the door. It was like a big tool here, and the guy that bring the bathroom, they put it there. So that everybody, there was a bathroom there, I had like 3 or 4 bathrooms, but it was not in front of the door.
Okay.
It was not in front of the door.
I'll second the motion.
I don't wanna rush because we do have, so Jewel.
Yeah, I have picture. Yeah, I have picture of the bathroom next to my door, so I can send it to you. The there is no wasn't light. was like 2 feet away from my entrance.
Okay, so you could send that, what I'll ask, and again, this isn't a requirement or anything, but I would just suggest that, and you don't have to do it by any means, but it might be in your best interest to send these things ahead of time, so we have them to review, because like we're tasked with taking positions at the meeting, and then we don't have these things. It would be helpful to have them before, so that the committee could review them, or at least we could look at them now, because it's difficult for me right now to say I want to believe one person over another person, right? I can't have any opinion because I don't know. I'd like to believe you're telling the truth, but I'd also like to believe you're telling the truth. Or maybe it's something in the middle. But if you have that picture, send it, because whatever position this committee takes tonight is not the position of the board. So if there's additional evidence submitted, the board could take that into consideration, and it could impact their vote. I have to state that because that's procedures. Jewel, go ahead.
I just want to say that, this is, an important.
Yes, I was saying.
I would just appreciate if we could have some collaboration and cooperation amongst all of the entities involved. And I don't know if the board can facilitate the meeting or something like, I guess for future reference, because it is what it is now, but for future reference, you're hearing this person and that person. And then as you're saying, send it in, let us know, but if, I don't know, if we can facilitate some kind of, meeting or.
I think you're making a great point, and I think that we have more action items some months than committees have in 3 years, right? So I don't want to task this committee with more, but no, because you're making a valid point that what I've been noticing coming up, right? So look, 116th Street's a major thoroughfare, right? So you're gonna have a lot of businesses, but you're gonna also have people who want to have festivals there, right? They've been doing it for many years. It's symbolic to them. So I'm going to, because things I'm hearing tonight also sound like economic development issues, right? They sound like parks and open space, right? So I don't know who to give this to, there might be a need for some kind of small task force or whatever, just for 116th Street of some sort that could field this. And there could be they could be more proactive, because, like I said, we have way too much on this committee. We're obviously going to be the ones that make the decision, but if, we'll look at a way to kind of keep our eye on 116th Street more, because I'll be honest with you, I've chaired this committee for, I want to say at least 5 years, but only in the last couple of years am I starting to hear more and more issues coming up, right? But the solution to that is not to tell people who've been doing a festival for 30 years, you're not doing it, but it's to find resolutions that everybody's gonna feel happy about, all right? So, look, we hear the concerns. As I've said, if you have additional evidence or pictures, whatever, I suggest you submit them to, you could send them to the board, you can email them, you can drop them off at the office, and they can be considered by the full board before they take a position, but we're gonna just take a position tonight on what we have presented before us. So Carlos, I believe you were ready to make a motion, so I'll entertain that. Okay, is there a second? All right, that's seconded by Eugene. Well, you're all welcome to make motions. I mean, I'm gonna go to who does it.
I make sure that I will put the back on the. I always come to my event.
All right, I appreciate it, yeah. Okay, we'll see, the past is less of a concern than what you're gonna do in the future, so we appreciate that.
I appreciate you more.
All right, thank you. Can we have a roll call?
Dan Brino,
Yes.
Carlos Diaz. Yes. Judith Guevara,
Yeah.
Jill Jones.
Yes.
Eugene Rodriguez.
Yes.
And Loretta So. Yes. The motion carries.
All right,
Oh, you had a hand up. I don't know if you want to recognize Jose.
we took the vote, but yeah, he's recognized if he'd like to speak.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, just to kind of follow up on that, before the motion was granted, I kind of wanted to say, we can work out a different date, because we already have one festival the weekend before, and then now we have another festival. Like I said, again, I just can't repeat myself on this. There's a lot of foot traffic coming around, but the foot traffic that comes around doesn't come directly to my store. It's for the activities and for the actual festival events.
All right, look, I
feel like I'm already taking, loss in revenue every time they do a festival. Obviously, I can't stop each and every one, but this one is like a major one for me. And I already like the weekend before that one, there's already a festival going on. So it's just like two back to back is kind of, really,
mean-
really like hurting us in sales. I understand that the Cinco de Mayo always one been around, but this one unfortunately lands on Mother's Day, which is our biggest holiday. This is something we look forward to, and it only comes one time out the year for us.
I understand that. I mean, to the applicant, they've been doing it for 30 years. They've been doing it on the same day. We know that that date doesn't always happen to be, I guess, Mother's Day, right? What I'll say to you is this, the committee took a position. The board hasn't made a final decision. If I would suggest to you, as I suggested to Jackie, well, I didn't suggest that exactly to her, but you're welcome to come to the full board and state your case there. I mean, they may take it differently than this committee did. There might be people at that meeting who have an alternative solution. I do, I'm a business owner, so I empathize with you, but at the same time, I recognize that where this is on 116th Street, I mean, this has been a long-standing block where these things have been done, and then the time of year, well, when the weather gets better, this is when these things tend to happen. People aren't gonna go outside and have a festival in February, and unfortunately is gonna be a very condensed time. So I implore you, come to the full board meeting. You will have an opportunity to speak when this application comes up, and you can state your case there too. And we'll see what happens from there, but that's really all I can say on this. So I'm sorry.
Okay, great. No, I got it. Thank you. Is there any, like, I want to go prep to that, so is there anything I can do as far as like, I know I want to, talk to other business owners to see if they feel the same way I do.
Okay, so
Like
what you
if
can
I can
do
get,
is, yeah, here's my suggestion to you. So you could speak, when we get to business, the business portion of the meeting, you're not allowed to speak at a full board meeting. But what you could do is, there is a time right in the beginning of the meeting,
Public
even though I think
speakers.
it should be at the
Public
end, but
speakers.
public speaking, where you can sign up and you'll be given 3 minutes to speak. Everyone in this community, or even if you're not in this community, is allowed to do that. So if you want to sign up to speak for 3 minutes in the beginning of our meeting for a full board, you can do that. If you know other people who want to do that as well, you can have them sign up to speak as well. My advice, and again, you're entitled to get as many people to speak as possible. I just know that the board would probably prefer, they don't want to hear 10 people saying the same thing. So, if one person can represent that, you can sign up and speak, and your case will be heard at least.
okay. But
Sign
in
up, you
regards,
can reach out to the board and sign up to be a public speaker at the full board meeting. And you'll be
Okay.
given 3 minutes to speak. And like, if you find somebody else or another business owner who either wishes to also speak for 3 minutes, they can sign up as well. Or when you go up to speak for 3 minutes, they can be with you and you can present a united front for your case.
yeah, because I understood when you said that you don't want everyone kind of saying the same thing. Is there any way like I can get like a document like with signatures, kind of,
You can
saying
submit
that they kind of
that.
agree with me with what I'm saying? So it's just like
You can
I
submit
kind
a
of
petition.
I'm speaking for all.
You can submit, if you want, you can submit a petition to the board beforehand. You could, and that'll be taken into consideration as well. So if you want to get signatures from other local business owners, residents, organizations that feel the same way you do, I suggest you do that. And then if you want to speak on their behalf for those 3 minutes as well as your own, you're welcome to do that too.
Okay, great.
Okay.
And how do I go about getting the petition form?
Well, you can make your own petition form.
Oh, make my own? Oh, okay, great.
There's no template for this, so this
Oh,
would be
okay.
something to explore on your own. I mean, it's not done all the time, but I know it's been done before. You could you could make a statement, what it is for, and then have a table or Excel spreadsheet and have people sign it. And it'll be taken into account, all right? I don't
Okay,
want to
great.
take any time up tonight on this, so.
Okay, great.
And then to sign up, you could just call the board office and tell them that you wish to sign up to speak for 3 minutes, for the, February full board meeting.
Or you could just
And,
go online.
You can go online through the website, right? And you can sign up through there. You can sign up through the Community Board 11 Manhattan website.
and the dates are on there for when that's taking place, right?
You just look at the calendar, that'll be when our full board meeting is. It's just the third Tuesday of the month. So it'll be the third Tuesday.
of the month.
All right?
Okay. All right, thank you so much. Bye.
All right, we're going to move to number 8.
Boy, they're gonna be.
Back to School Health Fair Festival, Single Block Festival, August 11th, setup 8 AM, breakdown 8 PM. Location is East 116th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenue. It's a full street closure. Martina, again, the floor is yours.
Hi, how you doing?
How are
I've
you?
been doing this two festival for years. It's the back to school festival, which to me, my priorities are the children and the youth. 2019, I was going through chemotherapy and God gave me the strength to give at least 300 backpack, in which Carlos always tell me to give them out. He's very happy next to me, right, Carlos? So it's my pleasure. Well, and thank you for you all to allow me to do the event, for me to do the event again and give the kids backpack. I wish to get more backpacks, so I could give to more kids, to make them happy.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Is there any questions or comments from the committee? All right, do I have questions or comments from the public? Here or on Zoom? All right, I'm not seeing any hands on this one, so I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve?
Motion to approve by Jewel, seconded by Judith. Oh, no, seconded by Loretta. I look that way. I feel like seconded by Loretta. Sorry, Judith. Marlene, if you could take the roll.
Adem Rivas,
Yes.
Carlos Diaz,
Yeah.
Judith Rivera, Judith,
I'm here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm here, yes.
Jill Jones,
Yes.
Eugene Rodriguez,
Yes.
and Loretta So.
Yeah.
The motion carries.
All right, thank you. Martina, I think that was it for you, so you're welcome to stay or go home if you'd like. Thank you.
Can I just make a little comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
As far as I know, he have never mentioned to me nothing about a flower. They have never said anything, oh, we cannot sell flower, never. I remember when I used to do a festival when I was sick, that it was on Mother's Day, that I got from that day, but they never say anything about me coming to them.
Good,
As a
yeah.
matter of fact, they get more customers, because the people come, they buy flowers.
Can we go to the next one?
Well, thank you, you have a great day, you have a great night,
You too.
and God bless all of you,
Thank
and God
you.
bless America.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna save my rainbow blueberry bubble gum.
All right, we're going to number 9, the 2024. 9 and 10 are together. Can I bundle them? All right, I'm gonna bundle 9 and 10 together.
Yep.
They are both the Harlem skyscraper cycling classic. They've been doing this forever. June 16th, setup is 6:30 AM, breakdown is 6:30 PM. Location is Mount Morris Park West,
Right.
122nd and West 121st and West 122nd. Applicant is Richard Cox. It's a curb length closure only. Richard, are you on?
Actually, I'm here.
Oh, Richard.
Yeah. Thank you. It's really a pleasure to be back here live.
Always
In
on
person.
Father's Day.
It's a Father's Day. Actually, this is year 52.
Congratulations.
It's actually the second longest running professional, amateur, and community cycling event in America. And it happens right here in Harlem, circling around Mount Morris Park. As a way of introduction, once again, my name is Richard Cox, and I proudly serve as the executive director of Team Unity. We're a small nonprofit that advocates for the social determinants of health in our communities. And we always felt that, one of the pillars of social determinants of health has always been social in a community context, which actually involves the community, getting more community support. And it's also include recreation activities, and of course, we always say as well as competitive sports. And with this pillar, we always advocate for the Harlem Skyscraper Cycling Classic to remain in this community. This event was started in 1973 by David Walker, an NYPD community affairs detective, who was a visionary at this time and saw a need for this in the community. So once again, we're back here for another year, and we're back in year 52. Hope I'll be around for year 102. But as we always say, we believe our organization has submitted all the proper paperwork. We're here to answer any questions, but we do have one point of clarification on the permit that for some reason, every time we type it into the system, it never shows up. So once you have your questions, we will actually present our question for the, our committee. Same question we asked last year.
Okay, do we have any questions?
No, I see you from my window all the time.
Don't say that. So people could take that the wrong way.
Any questions from the public? All right, so we're not gonna go through it twice. We're gonna vote on 9 and then we'll vote on 10. We'll just vote on them separately. All right, so do I have a motion on number 9? All right, Judith, you make a motion?
Yep.
Well, a motion for what? I know what it is, but
A
say,
motion to the, sky,
just say motion to approve.
Yeah,
number
a
9.
motion to approve. The sky cycling.
You're out of,
Is there a second?
I'll say.
Seconded by Loretta, okay. Marlene, when you're ready, take the roll. This is only for number 9.
Adem Briha,
Yes.
Carlos Diaz.
Yes.
Judith Ferraro.
Yes.
Wanda Hopkins, I see you walk in the room. Are you prepared to vote?
Yes.
Okay, what's your vote?
Yes.
Bill Jones,
Yes.
Eugene Rodriguez.
Yes.
And Loretta Stowe.
Yes.
The motion carried.
And then we'll just put number 10 on the screen. All right, so now do we have a motion on number 10? All right, Judith, I'll let you make that one too.
Yep.
Motion to approve? Okay, and just say it for the record. Motion, just made a
Motion to
motion. All
approve.
right, thank you. Is there a second?
Okay.
Seconded by Loretta?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Marlene, take the roll.
Adem Briha.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the same question I raised last year, for some reason.
Oh, wait, hold on. Before you, we're doing the
Let's
roll.
go into it.
Yeah.
And then you can ask the question.
Oh, sure, I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault.
Carlos Diaz.
Yes.
Judith Ferraro.
Yep.
Wanda Hopkins.
Yes.
Jill Jones.
Yes.
Eugene Rodriguez.
Yes.
And Loretta Stowe.
Yes.
Okay, I figured approving you wouldn't affect your question.
No, well, it actually doesn't. I'll bring the visual this time. Give out to everyone here.
Thank you.
You can see exactly this way.
Yeah.
I don't mean.
No, it's fine. I can see it.
Okay. So for some reason, when we do like this, there's several, you can.
That's where I'm, yeah.
Oh, thank you. This area here along Fifth Avenue between 120th and 119th
Yeah.
never shows up on bid, although the police department do shut us down for it. So I was just hoping that, like last year, where you make the official record, that you also include that small area there between 119th and 120th along Fifth Avenue.
Okay.
Yeah.
119.
And 120th.
Right.
Okay.
That you want that included. in-
Right, it's
Okay.
shut down anyway.
Okay. We can include that in our resolution. Okay. For both of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's.
Sounds
And
good.
if I send you, so you're saying for next year?
This year.
Yeah,
this
but,
year.
right, but moving forward, it's,
Okay.
for some
It's a
reason, it's
recurring
always,
Yeah, I do recall. you bringing-
this is, we prepared these maps for the Parks Department at NYPD, which you have in front of you. So they can just take a quick look to see exactly how,
Yeah.
the barriers of.
And that's how they close it up.
Right, it shows also where our, medical station, ambulance, things like that, so this is the vision.
Hi, sorry, I'm late.
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
thank you very much.
See you for number 53. All right, we're going to number 11, 116th Street Festival. It's a street festival, June 7th, 2024. Setup is 4 p.m.
I know.
Breakdown is the next day, June 8th at 5:30 p.m. Location is Third Avenue between 106th and 122nd. It is a full street closure. Is the applicant present?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, hi, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Just wanna tell us a little bit about your event and then we'll sit down and
Well,
questions.
Day nine, that will be the 39th year, almost 40 years as a whole. The festival has brought in, we put the value back on the map. We'll now come all over South Puerto Rico, states just to be part of the festival, which is something I would plan for that to happen. We continue to, as we're getting older, we'll have new people taking it over, because I'm getting old and I can't do it. So, getting old.
We're all getting older.
Anyway, we hope to,
Please, let's not talk about.
bring back, bring other people into the town, because more and more people are coming from all over to enjoy the festival as a whole. It's also an economic, boom for the neighborhood businesses. I don't know about the flowers, but I tell you, businesses do very well in our festival. They back it up. So that's about it.
All right, thank you for being here. Thank you for waiting. Are there questions?
Yeah.
Well, I have one, but just in terms of the time, is that correct? Is it an hour and a half?
No, no, it's 2 different days. So I think they're set up on June 7th at 4 PM. They don't break down till the following day at 5:30 PM. Yeah,
And it's at 5:30, it goes down.
okay.
Yeah, I got a little confused here because you had 116th Street between Lexington and then 106th Street. Which?
I think the whole, they go from 116 all the way to
That's what he's saying.
106, and then they do
Oh,
116th Street between
Second.
Third and
Lexington and
second and third, right?
It's the same thing you've done, same every year, right?
Every year.
Okay, all right. So any other questions or comments?
No.
Anybody from the public? Okay, is there a
I'll
motion?
make a motion.
Motion to approve by Carlos, seconded by Judith. Marlene, if you take the roll.
I had a birthday too.
Adem Briha.
Yes.
Carlos Diaz.
Yes.
Judith Ferraro.
Yes.
Wanda Hopkins.
Yes.
Jill Jones.
Yes.
Eugene Rodriguez.
Yes.
And Loretta, so.
Yeah.
The motion carried.
All right, thank you both. You're welcome to stay or go home. I go home. All right. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening. All right, so do we have any old business? No, I don't think so. New business? We're gonna do new business now. We're on, it's a committee discussion, so I'm gonna try to explain this before I bring the applicant in. Some time ago, we approved, an application for Lee Heritage. Okay, Marlene, if I'm getting this wrong, let me know, but I believe it was like May of 2022, right, when they initially came. We approved them for bar tavern application. They're on the second floor on 117th Street. This is like by the Costco area. This was shortly after we're having the whole, well, it's not, it's right. Right, but it was around the same time we were having issues with the White House Fish Market,
Yeah.
with room 112. So basically, they reached out and they explained that the SLA is requiring that because they're not actually a bar tavern, they're a comedy club. They should have put on their, I believe on their documents, that putting bar tavern was incorrect. So they asked us if we provide them a waiver. But we voted to not give waivers anymore back in November. So I thought about what we could do, and I said, well, since the committee voted to, and I'm not suggesting that we change our vote on waivers. That was a good position to take. But we thought about it, and we could if we want. They need a letter apparently by February 12th. I'm gonna let them speak a little bit, but I should give you the facts. They need a letter basically from the board saying that we recognize that we were aware that this was going to be a comedy. So now, if you go through your documents in the past on the air table, you, from my recollection, may not see anything that says comedy club. But when they did come to the meetings, and I believe we've been recording all our meetings, right? So I do believe there were multiple mentions by them that it was a comedy club. So I feel like they were fully transparent. They weren't trying to do one thing while they were saying another thing. It seems like it was more of a paperwork error, but that's my opinion on it. You're all welcome to your own opinion. That's a crash course on it. Now we have their, I think Adam Powell is here. He'll speak on it. He can correct me if anything I said was wrong. The floor is yours, Adam. Just tell us what you need and why you need it. And if anything I said was wrong, you can correct it. And then if you have a question, you can ask that.
No, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, now hopefully you don't hear the background noise too much, do you?
No, we'd hear you good, loud and clear.
Oh, God, yeah, because I'm at a restaurant. I'm at a long-standing meeting with like 5 people, so I couldn't move it. But it's a simple issue. Yes, you basically hit it on point. We applied as a bar tavern. It is a comedy show. It is a comedy club. We never hit or we never, hit that. I mean, in fact, the name, literally, the DBA is Comedy in Harlem. And again, we spoke about it at length when we went to your committee meeting. They've had a temporary liquor license nearly a year now. They've been operating. Liquor license is only good until 12 midnight, but that suits them well because they're closed by 11-ish, 11:30. And so they've been operating now as they get their permanent license. The SLA is doing their final review, and they're saying because you applied as a bar tavern, please get a waiver from the community board stating that they're okay with it being a comedy club. That's it.
Okay,
I
so
personally don't see the distinction, but apparently to the SLA, there is a distinction. Bar tavern, comedy club, bar tavern. Same thing.
all right, thank you. So just, Judith, I'll recognize you, just so we're clear again. We're not giving them a waiver. We're gonna give them a letter of acknowledgement stating that we were notified that this was a comedy club and not a bar.
Yeah. Yeah, you can literally make it one sentence saying, we acknowledge that this place is a comedy club, even though they applied as a bar tavern. I mean, simple.
Okay, and, all right, Adam, if you could just mute yourself while the committee's asking questions, because there is a little noise.
Should I mute myself?
Well, mute yourself, and then when I need you to speak, you can unmute yourself. There is, full board is maybe gonna take a position to ratify this. This letter needs to go out, though, before full board or executive meet. So whatever decision we make tonight, this letter is gonna be sent out or not sent out based on our decision. Just so you know that. All right, Judith, and then Julie.
I have a couple of things.
Go ahead.
One is, what are the hours of this?
Adam,
It's in the.
it's in the,
Hold on, you can hear me now. You can hear me now, right? Yes, their hours are 6 p.m. through 12 midnight every day, except they are closed on Tuesdays. So I guess Wednesday through Monday, 6 p.m. through 12 midnight.
Wednesday, okay, because on this, is this a, is it changing? What's this? It says 2 AM. No?
Yeah, they might again be licensed for 2 a.m. for all I know. But again, they close by 11-ish, 11:30.
All right, so what I'm seeing on the stipulation form, I have it in front of me, this is from when they originally came in May. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 5 to midnight. Friday and Saturday from noon to 2 AM, Sunday from noon to midnight.
So it's pretty much the same except Friday and Saturday until 2 a.m., which they're not using right now. But I don't want to, mess with those hours, by the way.
This is what's on, this is what they signed and gave me.
Yes, they're closed on Tuesdays, by the way, closed Tuesdays.
Okay, so this is what's gonna, this is what you're gonna have to do then. You're going to have to revise this stipulation. You're gonna have to put the updated hours on there. This one.
But those hours on the stipulation are good.
They're not what you're saying they are.
Well, you said 5 p.m. You said 5 p.m. to midnight, right?
Well, when you initially said the hours, and then they didn't seem to be what I read on here. Can you just?
Okay, I'll send the hours.
For the record, one more time, tell us what the hours are.
6 p.m. to midnight, every day except they're closed on Tuesdays.
Okay, so that is not what this says. It says they're open 7 days a week, including Tuesday. Monday through Thursday, it says 5 p.m. to midnight. Friday and Saturday says noon to 2 a.m. And Sunday says noon to midnight. So that is not matching up with what you're saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right, I can speak to my client about that.
So, well, here's the thing. In order for us to give this letter, we need to know what it's gonna be. So you want us to.
Look, I mean, can we go with those hours that have already been stipulated?
No.
Okay.
Adam, and the reason for that, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
We had complaints from building across the street, complaining, and they sent videos to us last year, and all kinds of stuff regarding the comedy. I don't know if that was ever rectified.
That's Lighthouse.
Well, yeah, don't get it confused with Lighthouse. They have nothing to do with each other.
Well, okay, but are you saying that you're concerned that this could become in the same issue? Is that what you're saying?
Didn't you?
Yeah, because it's two different entrances, two different places altogether.
Room 112. I never went to do a check on this place.
Okay.
That was, they're unaffiliated. They are very close to each other.
So we can work with the hours you told, Adam?
Around 6 p.m. to midnight, every day except they're closed on Tuesdays.
Okay, okay, so this is what I'm gonna say then. Marlene is going to need an updated stipulation, but no later than 5 p.m. tomorrow, reflecting those hours.
Okay.
Or we won't be able to issue the letter. If we even vote on that to issue it, but if we do, that needs to be given to her before 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Oh, you need to meet for me to give, yeah, I'll give her something tomorrow.
No, not something, the
The hours,
stipulation.
the
No,
stipulations that include the
signed
hours.
stipulation form with those hours, that's so that we have a,
I will send him the.
in fact, she'll send it to you,
The blank.
a blank
Yeah.
copy,
Yeah,
refill it
blank
out.
stipulation.
All right, and then just have it back by 5 p.m. Jewel,
So,
hold,
but let me just understand again. You guys are not okay with the current hours.
well, here's the thing.
Because
You
if you
told
are,
us
we can
what
vote
the-
on those current
Well,
hours.
no, they're saying they're not okay with those.
Okay.
They're okay with what you stated.
Okay.
Are the- That's what they're saying.
I just want to explain what my response, which is gonna be no, because I was not here, and we're saying it's a letter of acknowledgement of what they verbally said during a meeting. And I was not here, I cannot, in all
Well, the issue is
conscience.
comedy club versus bar tavern. We never hit that it was a comedy club.
Valid concern. Okay, here's her concern. And we looked, and maybe we're missing it. Is there in anything you submitted to the board, an actual written thing that said that this was a comedy club? Because I
Yes,
asked.
yes, the DBA on page 1 of the 30-day notice.
Then what? Then go to project in terms of. What we need to do.
I guess
But
the
I
issue.
mean, what's the distinction though? Again, I don't get it. Maybe it's something I'm missing. Comedy club versus bar tavern.
Okay,
So just, I'm not an expert on this, but when you fill out this application, you specifically check off a box. It says bar, it say, it makes a restaurant.
Actually, you don't check.
Yeah, it's a drop down menu. It has 17 different choices. The 3 basic ones are bar tavern, restaurant, or restaurant brewer. And then after that, none of the choices match a comedy show. You know, they have hotel, they have baseball park. I mean, all kinds of other, boats.
I'll unmute him in a minute. So I don't want that to be pervasive across the table. You all have access to this document,
Yeah,
all of you, through the Airtable that I send every single month. So Jewel, if you wanna look over it, it's a paper that I printed out.
No, to be clear,
Yeah.
I'm saying that when I heard this acknowledgement, that you're saying something that happened in the past, I can look at this right now, but if you're saying something that happened in the past, and I was not here for that, this is just me, I'm just telling you why, when you hear.
That's fine, if that's not, that you have to vote how you feel comfortable, but I'm speaking to something else, not votes. You all have access to the documents, all of you,
Oh, yeah, I go, no.
okay?
I know.
So if you wanna look at it, because then you can pass it on if you want. If you wanna look at it, it's electronic for all of you to look at whenever you want. You wanna look at this thing at 2 o'clock in the morning, you can look at it at 2 o'clock in the morning.
so what I was saying, and Marlene's 100% correct, so, and the reason I made the statement I did was, I, like Marlene, went through their documents to see if there was anywhere where it was written to say that there was a comedy club. And we couldn't find that. There is where it says comedy in Harlem is their trade name. Now, some people may, and you might think that that is sufficient to know that they are going to have a comedy club. You might think it's not, right? We couldn't find really anything else that said that. Everyone had access to this document. So if anyone saw something different, that's why I said if maybe we missed it. What I was just saying, and I hear your point and I understand what you're saying. I was just saying, because, I also look at it as 2 different things. It might be impossible for you to vote on what something was said, but we've had applicants in the past who, in my opinion, come here in bad faith and misled us. I don't think that this is what's happening here. They came to that meeting and they said that they were gonna do a comedy club. So I think they came in good faith. Now, you still might not feel comfortable voting on it. What I think happened here was like a wording error, a clerical, because I do think there is a difference between a bar tavern and a comedy club. I don't think one is worse than the other. I don't think they were trying to hide anything. And as I said, they said multiple times that it was a comedy club. Like when this was put in front of me, I immediately went, oh yeah, the comedy club on the second floor. We were told about that. So that's the only point I was trying to make, but I was trying to distinguish that. And there is maybe a difference to some in what was in writing, especially if you weren't at that meeting, which I can understand. I believe we may have been at that meeting and that's right, we may have recalled that. So that's gonna be something that, you know, like anything else, we all have our own opinion on how we feel, if it was written or not in writing. I personally was there and I heard it, so I'm fine with it. But that's gonna be everybody's call. Is there another question or comment, Eugene?
But they're obviously acknowledging that they made a mistake by,
The hours.
assigning bar taverns.
Oh,
Well, the SLA recognized
And
that.
now they're trying to rectify it,
Yeah,
and I don't see a problem.
I don't either. That's what I was trying to say, but thank you for that.
I think it.
Yeah, well, try navigating everything. Okay, but just before we do that, is there anybody in the public, any other
No,
hand?
he's the only person.
Okay, so then Carlos makes a motion to write a letter of acknowledgement stating that the establishment is a comedy club and not a bar tavern, and that is pending us getting a updated stipulation with the new hours, 6 to 12, Monday, every day except Tuesday. That Tuesday, they're closed, okay? And then seconded by Eugene. Marlene, if you could take the roll, and Adam, you need to have that in by 5 PM tomorrow. Marlene will email you a blank copy.
Hold on, I'm gonna pre-fill the SIP for him, so what hours are you guys recommending?
Okay, so Tuesday, they're closed.
Is it closed?
Every other day, 6 PM to midnight,
Okay.
right? And now we have a motion to approve, to write the letter, and then a second by Eugene, and so whenever you're ready, we'll do the roll call.
Oh, I gave it to you. I'm like, where's
No,
the thing?
I'm sorry,
No, I gave it to you. Adem Briha,
yes.
Carlos Diaz,
Yes.
Judith Fabro,
Yeah.
Wanda Hopkins,
Yes.
Jill Jones,
No.
Eugene Rodriguez,
Yes.
and Loretta So.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. The motion carries.
Okay, all right, so motion passed, so Adam, Marlene is going to send you a pre-filled out stipulation, so now all you'll need is to have that signed, dated, and sent back to her by tomorrow, no later than 5 PM, all right? And then if that's
With
done,
the hours, that's what I'm pre-filling, the hours.
you're, okay, she's only pre-filling the hours. We ask that you pre-fill everything else out, but fill it out with what you initially sent the board. Don't make any changes. We're approving this as we initially approved it in May with the hours that you're saying you're operating with now. All right, so with that said, I think that closes this item, and that also closes new business. I don't think there's any, so Marlene, if you want to take the roll, and then we'll adjourn.
Adem Briha,
Present.
Carlos Diaz, Angela Donadille is excused. Judith Fabro,
Yes.
Wanda Hopkins, present. Jill Jones.
Here.
Beverly McFarland is excused. Nicholas Reyes. Eugene Rodriguez.
Yeah.
And Loretta So.
Yeah.
You can adjourn.
All right, thank you. We're adjourned. Everyone on Zoom, good night. Everyone here, good night.
No.
You remember that?